I did not get a new phone yet, but next week, maybe 2 weeks, I will get a
16?
Google Pixel.
I thought you were going to start with 16.
Android.
Oh, okay, you joined again now.
Android team.
Get out of here.
Like and subscribe for Android team. Yeah, so now it works. I figured out last time I talked for 45 minutes and the microphone didn't work. But this time it works. So who's the first guy that we were talking about? Starts with A. A is for, let's see, yeah. Abram. Ham. Ha! And why is he called? What's the ha?
Yes.
When God told him he was going to have a baby, who was laughing? Abraham. Ha! Ha ha ha! You remember his wife?
That's how you got that.
Yeah. Remember his wife laughed? And so that's why they named their baby.
Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac. Which means, who's laughing now, huh? So this is the whole patriarchy, right? Hashtag patriarchy. We like the... Yeah, so I take a big one and then I'll just chop it when you guys are talking. So I'll give you the mic when it's your turn to talk. So we did Abraham and Sarah and they had Isaac, but they also made a mistake and they had another illegitimate baby. Do you remember the... yes, that's right. Hagar, and so that was Ishmael. And this was where the fighting started, right? Isaac and Ishmael. They were two brothers, but this was the promised brother that came from the blessing from God, right? So God said to Abraham, you're going to have lots of kids. And he said, yeah, but I'm 99 years old. I don't have any kids. Maybe I should just, there's this lady, Hagar, maybe my wife is the problem. So this was a bad idea. This is a good example of what we should not do, right? Just get married, stay with the one person, that's it. So they made this a problem. But then Isaac, he got married to somebody else. Do you remember last time we were talking about his wife? She was sneaky. So Rebecca was her name. And then they had 2 kids. Do you remember the 2 kids' names? Or anything about them? The 2 kids? Yeah. One was Harry. And then remember the other guy? The other guy was Sneaky.
Sneaky, that was his name?
One guy's name is Harry, but what is it actually?
It's Esau.
Esau. And that just means like he's super hairy. Or like red, I think is the other thing it means. So we just said his nickname. This is Harry. And then who's Sneaky? What's his name? Jakub? Yeah, Jacob. So the hairy guy, what was he good at?
The hairy guy was good at being himself.
Yeah, the hairy guy was.
He was good at being original.
And he was also a hunter. So he went out and he killed the animals, and then he came back. He said, bro, I'm starving. Hey, Sneaky, you're just staying home making food? You're like a chef? Make me some food. And you remember what Sneaky said to Harry?
You sell me your older brother's rights, I'll give you this.
Sell if you give me your birthright. And we were talking a bit about this birthright. That's how the blessing happened. So Abraham, Isaac, and then this guy, Jacob, that was the blessing from God. So it was actually supposed to go to Esau, but he said, I don't really care about that. I want some food, bro. So we were saying how sometimes when you're younger and you are thinking not about the long term, not about your future, you're just thinking right now, You see an ad for Temu and you say, yeah, let's get that. And you buy it and then you have no money later on. It's not a good idea. Or for like gambling or something, right? I'll just bet $50 on Neymar and then, no, he lost. And then it's like, so this is what, sometimes they call this, if you wait until delayed, that's right. Delayed gratification. Have you heard of this term? There's a test. You know, when you guys have kids, you can do a test with your kid that determines what kind of adult they're going to be like. So I'll send this to you guys in the chat. So basically, you put a kid, you say, okay, Fanus, come here. You sit him in a room like this, and you say, this is a marshmallow.
Oh, yeah. I've seen
You seen this one?
Yeah.
You can eat it now, or I'll leave and come back with 2 if you wait, right? So if you learn how to wait, and don't be like this red hairy hunter guy, if you can wait, then it's like predicts how you're going to be as an adult if you're able to wait for good things instead of like getting something right now. So this is called the marshmallow test. Yeah, and they leave the kid in the room, and I'll send you the video. The kids are sitting there with the marshmallow like this.
Yeah, one of them,
And then they put it.
ate it.
And then you see, and the kid that ate it, they track him, and he doesn't have a very good life. But the kids that can wait and have patience. So that's one lesson from this Jacob and Esau situation. Also, do you guys remember how this sneaky guy tricked his father? Do you remember? He said, hey, put on some of the clothes and then goat hair. Yeah. And then he went in, he said, Dad, hey, it's me. It's not Josh. It's Leah. Hey, no, it's me, Ali. He said, you sound like Josh, though. No, it's me, bro. And so then he said, okay, I bless you. He gave him the whole blessing, which means, these guys were super rich. They had all kinds of farms and animals and all kinds of stuff. So they said, okay, you get the blessing. So then when Esau came back, he said, hey, Dad, time for the blessing. Remember what the dad said? Daniel, remember what the dad said?
Yeah.
No blessing for you. I already gave it. What? He already gave it away, right?
Yeah.
So was this hairy guy happy or was he angry? He was so angry. And he's also a hunter too. So he said, I'm going to kill this guy. So this is around Genesis 27. So let's turn to Genesis 27, or maybe it's, he runs away in chapter 27. So this is page 25. Oh, and remember the hairy guy? Hairy guy started crying and saying, Dad, no, I want the blessing. No. So 20, don't do this. No, don't give the blessing to Mukhtar. No. So Jacob took the food. Where'd it go? So let's go to 25 verse 34. So it's on the next page, on page 25. Verse 34.
When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with
Loud and bitter cry. Let's do a loud and bitter cry. Can you do the best loud and bitter cry? No! Like in the and he freaked out. Oh, come on, bless me too. But verse 35, Shazad, verse 35. You got that? But Isaac said,
No, what chapter?
oh, sorry, 27. But then all the way over on the right page on verse 35. Can you see that one? Your brother was here, Isaac said.
But Isaac said, your brother was here and he tricked me.
Tricky.
He is taking away your blessing.
And Emron, next one.
Oh,
36.
we didn't pray.
Yeah, we didn't pray. Who can pray? Okay, Emron, just do a quick prayer. Yeah, please. Please.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this time, for this day. Thank you for everything you gave us. Thank you for this health, and I pray for those who are sick and will be trying to pray.
Amen. Good pray. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, I forgot. So this is, he's really upset. And he says, okay, I'm going to get you. And Esau said, come on, don't I get a blessing? So then in verse 41, Emron, do verse 41. You see that from that time on?
From that time on, Esau hated Jacob because their father had given Jacob the blessing.
Yeah, he hated his brother. And so,
I will soon be mourning.
let's try it. Let's do the mic.
Mourning my father's death. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But Rebekah heard about Esau's plans. So she sent for Jacob and told him, "Listen, Esau is controlling himself by plotting to kill you. So my brother Laban and Haran."
So this is Rebecca's
So this-
what? Rebecca's bro? Laban. Is that it?
Yeah, Laban and Haran.
Go hang out with your cousin, with your uncle, right?
Stay there.
Okay. So let's skip a little bit. So Esau is pretty upset, right? Because they stole he didn't get the blessing, the birthright. Yeah. He said, sorry, I already gave him my new iPhone. You get the old. You get the Samsung. So verse 28, basically then, because sneaky Jacob, he has to run away because his brother's going to kill him, right? So he's going to go say, okay, bro, go to Montreal. My uncle is there. Hide at his place. Or, this, whatever it's called. Padan Aram. So Jacob goes there and he sees Laban's daughter. Let's find this part where it talks about Jacob getting married. Okay, so let's go with Daniel. So this is chapter 29, and then verse 14. You see this? Jacob marries Leah and Rachel. You see that one? Yeah, but just a one before that.
14?
Yeah.
So just one before that, okay? You want to go on the mic? So here we go. Jacob's love story. I'm going to erase this while Daniel's reading.
After Jacob had stayed with Laban for about a month, Laban said to him, "You should work for me without pay just because we are relatives. Tell me how much your wings should be." Now Laban had 2 daughters.
All right. And who's Laban? Who's Laban again? Yeah, the uncle. So it said, okay, I got 2 daughters. What are their names?
Leah,
Leah, Princess Leah,
Rachel.
and Rachel. Okay, do we know which one's older or younger? I guess maybe
Yeah.
Leah's older.
Yeah.
I think Rachel.
Yeah. Yeah, the older daughter's Leah, whatever. Okay, so 17. This is a weird thing to say.
There was
Go.
There was no speckle in Leah's eyes, but Rachel had a beautiful figure and lovely face. Since Jacob was in love with Rachel, he told her father, "I work for you for 7 years if you give me Rachel."
Okay, so 7 years.
Raise, guys, raise.
Jacob's gonna work for his uncle Laban so he can marry which one? Did he like? He liked Rachel because she was cute and Leah had a weird birthmark, right? No, what does it say? Just that she didn't have any sparkle in her eyes? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's pass on.
That means I think that she just didn't have germs.
She didn't have germs?
No, charms.
Oh, she didn't have charms. Yeah, okay. Maybe she had germs, but no charms. Okay, you want to read it?
I don't know.
This is how to get a girl, bro.
I don't know where
Okay,
we are.
29.
Oh, 29. Okay,
Yeah. So Laban and
here, 20,
let's say
here 29.
no, right there. So there's no so Sinik was 18 right there. Since okay, verse 18. Let's do 18.
Since Jacob was in love with Rachel, he told her father, "I will work for you for 7 years.
For 7 years.
If you will give me Rachel, your
Imran, you're gonna work
younger
for 7
daughter,
years for
as my
somebody?
wife."
It's a long time.
Agree, Laban replied. "I would rather give her to you than to anyone else. Stay and work with me.
So that's the deal. Work for how many years?
7.
7 years, and he gets who?
Rachel.
Rachel. He gets the youngest one.
I
The
mean,
cute-
what if in 7 years the older one becomes better?
Yeah, who knows?
Than the younger?
But that was the deal with who? With Laban. And what's Jacob's nickname? Sneaky. So let's see what's going to happen to him with this girl situation. Okay, yeah, give it to Joab. Okay, next one, where is it? 20. Bro is working hard. How many people have had a job for 7 years? Who's been in school for 7 years? Right? It's a lot, yeah. Imagine that, like from
Almost
5,
10 years now,
right?
huh?
10 years in school.
Yeah.
And then, phew, you graduate, you get the girl. So where is it, 20?
20, so Jacob worked
Yeah.
7 years.
So Jacob worked 7 years to pay for Rachel, but his love for her was so strong that it seemed to him but a few days.
Wow, what a love story. He's there shoveling sheep manure. He's there helping the cows. You know, wow, at least I get Rachel. Okay, then what happened?
Finally, the time came for him to marry her.
After 7 years, bro.
Finally.
The time came for him to marry her. I have fulfilled my agreement, Jacob said to Laban. Now give me my wife so I can sleep with her.
Yikes. All right, give it to your wife. Listen to Emran, put your fingers in your ears like this. You can't listen to this part. Okay, give it to your wife. So,
Never invited him.
watch this moose.
Okay.
Laban the uncle. Laban the uncle.
Okay. So Laban invited everyone in the neighborhood and prepared a wedding feast. But that night, when it was dark, Laban took Leah to Jacob
Ooh,
and he slept with her. Leah.
he switched the sisters.
Why?
Okay,
Why?
he stuck Leah. Here's your wife. It's really dark.
Oh, this guy. Okay. He was taking Jacob then.
So let's see what happens when the sneaky guy gets tricked. The trickster gets tricked.
Oh, that's a
So basically, it was a dark inside.
It was too dark. They didn't invent electricity yet, so there's no light.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Mirwais is the oldest, so he can read this mature.
Okay. Laban had given Leah a servant, Zilpah, to be her maid. But when Jacob woke up in the morning, it was Leah.
Yo, wrong girl.
Yo, what's going on?
What
here?
is going on here?
I just got cooking here.
And then what had happened? Then
Then what have you done to me? Jacob raged at Laban. I worked 7 years for Rachel. Why have you
why
tricked
have
me?
you what?
Trick
Why have
me.
you tricked me? Oh, tricky. The tricky guy gets tricked.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. So what do you think the uncle? Okay, Josh, what's the uncle gonna say? Verse 26. Grab the mic.
Do I have to press it or anything else?
Yeah.
It's not our custom here to marry off a younger daughter ahead of the firestone.
We have to marry the oldest first. Sorry, bro. It's our
Laban replied,
custom.
yeah.
Here's-
But wait until the birthal week is over. Then we will give you Rachel. 2. Provided you promise to work another 7 years for me.
Another 7 years.
What?
What? 14 years. So he can get the girl. Oh man, what would you guys do if this happened to you?
I don't know. I would just dip on.
Because
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
we know love is blind, but not this blind.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Love
I'm
is Blind
dipping in, bro.
season
Love is
0.
God gave
This was the original Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Wow. So this,
But not like that.
not like this, right?
crazy.
This is the worst Love is Blind season there is.
This guy, he worked hard for 7 years, and what happened?
He got tricked. He got tricked, right?
He got tricked.
The tricky guy got tricked. So do you think he's going to take the deal? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'll work another 7
I don't
years.
think so.
I think,
I'm pretty sure.
He's in love with this Rachel, right?
Oh, okay.
He's
But,
like,
but what if he gets tricked again?
what if he gets tricked again? Let's
Because
see.
It's
Let's see.
dark.
Okay, which
they don't
one?
Like,
Where we
so Jacob agreed to work
so
7
yeah,
more
28.
years.
Okay, give it to the girls.
Okay.
The girls. Now the girls want to read. Okay, 28.
If somebody else takes Rachel.
Let's see what the girls.
Okay. So Jacob agreed to work 7 more years. A
Wow,
week
what
after,
an amazing guy.
after
True
Jacob
love.
had married Leah, Laban gave him
Okay,
Rachel
so after
too.
1 week, then he's like, okay, fine, here's Rachel. So now he's got 2 wives, and he's got to work another 7 years. So now he's stuck there for another 7 years, but now he's got both. So he only had to wait 1 extra week for Rachel, but the uncle gave him both daughters. This guy's, he tricked the trickster.
have 2 wives?
2 wives.
What a generous guy.
What? It's crazy. Now
So-
both daughters are gone, right? He's having, okay,
So
go.
Laban gave Rachel a servant, Bilhah, to be
Bilhah.
her maid. So Jacob slept with
Oh,
Rachel
dear.
too.
Yep.
And he loved her much more than Leah.
Of
And he then
course,
stayed
yeah.
and worked for Laban the additional 7 years.
Wow. What a gangster. So that's
Sorry.
the double wife trickery. Is that better or worse than the Esau trick?
I think it's not that
Thank
worse.
you.
It's
Worse, because he has 2 wives, he has to deal
He's got 2 wives, now he's stuck. But Esau's totally screwed out of the birthright.
Exactly.
His whole history. If you follow, like
he's struggling with 2.
yeah, if you read through the Bible, like Esau's, his kids and their kids and their kids and their kids, and then Jacob's kids and kids. Like we know all about Jacob and his family because they got the blessing. But Esau, he's gone. So 2 wives is bad. Do not recommend. But this is Jacob getting tricked. Yeah, they married their cousins because there's no other people on earth back then. So yeah, that was his mom,
siblings at least.
Rebecca's. But this is back before it was like really bad because they had more pure DNA, 2,000 years ago. I hope. So okay, now we got it. Now the children start happening. So verse 31.
When the Lord saw that Leah was unloved, he enabled her to have children, but Rachel could not conceive.
And could not have babies conceived. Yeah.
So Leah became pregnant
Man, here come
and
the
gave
babies.
birth to a son. She named him Reuben, for she said, "The Lord has noticed my misery, and now my husband will love me."
Yeah. So there's just a bunch of like people here. Where's the mic?
Huh.
So we'll skip some of this stuff because they're finished downstairs. I think, right? You can hear it. Do you want to check?
Yeah, it's over here.
Just check, and because I think they might need the snacks. Right? They'll come and tell us, or Josh will tell us. So God, that's nice that God said Leah wasn't as loved as Rachel, so we'll give her more kids. And so Leah started having all these babies, and then Rachel has babies. So we'll talk next time about this big, crazy family. 2 wives, 12 kids, I think? Altogether, both Leah and Rachel, with Jacob, they have 12 kids. Do you think all these kids got along really well and were bud friends? Okay, it's not over. All right, let's go with the babies. Okay.
They have 6 kids.
Well, let's see. Okay, Shazad, let's read about the kids. This is chapter 30, and then it was like verse 4. Or no, verse 3. Or wait, Jacob. Well, Jacob's upset. Or is it still 29? Where's Reuben? Yeah, Reuben's up there at verse 32. So verse 33. Can you see 33?
Here?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's one. One baby is Reuben. Let's see who's got the most babies.
She soon became pregnant again and gave birth to another son. She named him Simon.
Yeah, Simeon.
Simeon, for she said, "The Lord." For she said, "The Lord heard that I was unloved and has given me another son."
Yes.
Then she became pregnant a third time and gave birth to another son. He was named Levi.
Levi. You guys know anybody named Levi?
No.
Yes.
I know Simeon.
It's a bit more popular than Reuben or Simeon. So then Levi, 3 kids. So Leah's like, I got 3 kids. Rachel's got none. They're having a battle, you know? And so Leah says, God helped me to have more kids because he loved me. My husband doesn't really love me. Okay, so let's see what happens next. So that's...
For she said, surely this time my husband will feel affection for me since I have given him 3 sons.
Did he love her?
Once again, Leah became pregnant and gave birth to another son. She named him Judah.
Judah. Anybody know anybody named Judah?
Yeah. Isn't he one of those 12 disciples? Isn't he one of the 12 disciples?
Levi, maybe. I think Levi was a tax collector, maybe. But these are, you'll see, these are like the families. These are the huge families that we hear about all through the Bible.
For she said,
Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. Leah's up 4-0. 4-0. This is a crazy.
Okay, I got 4 kids.
What a weird competition. Okay, that's Judah.
For she said, now I will praise the Lord. And then she stopped having
Boom.
children.
Okay, that's it. You see that? 4 kids. Boom. And to Midi.
Bye-bye.
That's it. So, chapter 30. Do you think Rachel's happy?
No.
But she's with Jacob, and Jacob loves her? Yeah. So that's all so far. 4 kids. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. Oh, now my husband's going to love me. God is making me helping me have these kids. And then what do you think Rachel's response? You think she'll be happy for her sister? Or no? She still gets jealous. Okay. Chapter 30.
Chapter 30, okay.
Okay, verse 1.
When Rachel saw she wasn't having any children for Jacob, she became jealous of her sister. She pleaded with Jacob, "Give me children or I'll die."
Wow, she freaked out, eh? Give me children or I'll die. Like it's his fault. Yeah, take the snacks. Take the snacks. We're just finishing up the list of kids. So let's see what Jacob does.
Then Jacob became furious with Rachel. "Am I God?" he asked.
Yeah.
"He's the one who has kept you from having children."
It's God's fault.
Uh,
Wait, guys. Let's. I think these. What happened before when Abraham and Sarah couldn't have a baby? What did they do? They said, "Let's get the Hagar." So what is Jacob gonna do with Rachel? Let's read the next verse. 3.
Then Rachel told them, "Take my maid."
No, don't do it again, bro. Don't do it. Don't let me go, Murph.
History repeats itself.
History repeating itself. Okay, what's her name? What's Rachel's slave? Servant?
Bilhah.
Bilhah. It's Bilal, Bilhah. There you go, we got the snacks. And then what happens? Do they have a baby?
Yes, most likely.
And what's the name? Let's go verse 4.
Verse 4. So Rachel gave her servant Bilhah to Jacob as a wife, and he slept with her. Bilhah became pregnant and presented him with a son.
Okay, wait, check. What's this guy's name?
Rachel named him Dan.
Rachel named him Dan. You know anybody named Dan?
No.
Daniel?
Yeah, I know.
Lots of Dan. So this is Dan, who's oh man, it's the same as this Ishmael situation. Bad idea, bro. Okay, Dan, after Dan, what happens?
Rachel named him Dan, for she said, "God has vindicated me. He has heard my request and given me a son." Then Bilhah became pregnant again.
It's worse. This with Hagar, it was only one kid. This is 2. Who's the next?
Double trouble.
eating here. We got snacks. Yeah, sure. Special from someone? Who knows? Okay, let's get these kids' names. Bilhah, verse 7.
Again, she gave birth, and she gave Jacob a second son. Rachel named him Naphtali.
Anybody know anybody named Naphtali? Yeah, Naphtali. 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 Hey, Naphtali. It's a Spanish maybe guy. He's Italiano. Okay, give it to Daniel. Are you done eating? You wanna? So this is next page. 30 verse 9. Oh, now what's happening? Now who's getting upset now? It's 4-2. Leah's happy, but Rachel's got 2, so she's catching up. So what is Leah?
When will Leah realize that she was getting pregnant anymore?
Wait, what'd she do?
She getting any more pregnant, like.
Wait a sec, we gotta take the
Tabai.
snacks. Snacks.
She got tabai.
Yeah.
She wasn't getting pregnant anymore.
Tawa.
She wasn't getting
Relax, guys, chill.
Okay, Daniel's here. Daniel's one of the kids from this. So, Daniel, what happened next?
When we realized that she wasn't getting pregnant.
Oh no! Yeah?
I was reading.
No, now Leah took the servant. What's the girl's name? Zilpah. Bro, no, that's a bad idea. And had another baby? This is number what? 7? This is crazy. Josh Gad. Wow, Gad. So this is so crazy because they were jealous of each other. They're doing all this kind of crazy stuff. Same as Abraham. He's not trusting God. He's like, here's my servant. Oh, they're doing all this kind of craziness. So the early families are totally crazy, but God is giving them the blessing to make this new community. So yeah, okay. What happened next?
First she said, "How fortunate I am," and then Zilpah give Jacob a second son.
A second one. No, this is baby 8. Oh my God.
And Leah named him Asher.
I can't even keep up with this craziness. This is a crazy episode of like. This is the patriarchy that God used to bless the nation. So let's see. That's who? That was Asher.
Yeah.
Anybody know? Have any friends named Asher?
Asher, no.
For she said what joy is. Okay, for she say what joy is mine. Now the other woman will celebrate with me.
I had another baby. Yeah. She just got the servant to do it. Okay.
One day during the wheat harvest, Reuben found some men darts growing in a field.
This is some side drama.
And
so they had the 8 kids. Who's the first kid? Reuben. You just read a name.
Reuben. Oh, whatever.
Okay, so 14.
Okay, so.
Side quest.
So Reuben found some men darts growing in field and brought them to his mother Leah. Rachel begged to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's men darts." But Leah angrily replied,
Where did we see this begging for food situation? Oh, give me some food.
Now they're begging for food.
They're jealous. It's so crazy. Just trust God and wait for your food, right? But they had to do it. So go. Yeah. Majda, go.
Okay. So Rachel answered, "I will let Jacob sleep with you tonight if you give me some of them."
This is the new crazy level.
Men darts.
They just leveled up to crazy. Wow. So what verse is that? 15?
16.
16. You got it?
So that
you guys
evening,
are eating your cannolis.
coming home from the field, Leah went out to meet him.
Yeah. So Rachel said verse 15.
Which chapter?
30 verse 15. Yeah, one more page over. Yeah, around there. But Leah.
But Leah angrily replied, Wasn't it enough? Wasn't it enough that you stole my husband?
Wow, these girls are. There's too much drama here. We'll have to come back next week and do the. So we're halfway through. We got 8 out of 12. What's 8 out of 12? You guys doing math? 2/3?
Okay, we got
3/4?
We need 4 more, yeah?
4. Yeah, we got 4 more kids and a whole lot more drama. So let's. We can pray. The boys started praying, so maybe the girls.
Yeah. Now you guys.
Please pray. Oh no! And you get the microphone.
I think she's in the middle right now.
Bad number. It ends in 3 6s. No. Bad number.
Just quick.
I'll pray in my own language.
Thank you, for sure.
خداوند شیمس شکر میکنم بخاطر امروز تشکری میکنم که امروز یک جا جمع شدیم به نام تو دعا میکنم خداوند شیمس از کلام تو میخوانیم تو بر ما برکت بده که در مغز ما و در قلب ما بشینه خداوند شیمس این همه دعا رو به نام پدر پسر و روح القدس کردم آمین
Amen. Okay, anybody want to take a picture? And we'll be back with the family drama in the picture.